What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to start off by taking the Smashbox Photofinish Primer Water. I always make the worst face ever. And then I'm going in with the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer. I've really been liking this. I actually just purchased it and I think it works really well for large pores. So I'm putting that all over my face, and if you couldn't tell already, I didn't give myself much time to talk in the beginning, but this is going to be what I pretty much do on an everyday basis. So this is my everyday makeup. This is what I always reach for, and these are products that I know and trust to keep my skin looking good throughout the day. So these are the two foundations that I use. I use the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. This is for normal to oily skin, and I use the shade 220, and I mix that in with Estee Lauder's Double Wear in the shade 1W2 Sand. So I mix those two together because I really like the little bit of like luminosity that the Maybelline foundation gives my skin. Even though it's a matte foundation, it does make your skin look really healthy, and it just adds like a good look to the skin, in my opinion, on my skin. So that's what I use every day because I know it'll last on my skin. And then these are the two concealers that I've been using lately. I use the Wet n Wild PhotoFocus concealer in the shade Light Medium Beige, and I put that on all my trouble areas, which is mostly on my chin. And then I'm going in with Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Neutral. And I'm putting that on the center of my face. And first I start off by blending the darker shade before I go in with blending the lighter shade, because I don't want to mix the two colors. I want things to stay exactly where I want them. So after I'm done blending all that out, I'm going to go ahead and add the concealer to my under eyes. And then I'm going to buff this out. And I like to wait to put this on after I'm done with my face, because otherwise I find that it just dries up too much on my skin. So I want it to look as fresh as possible before I set it. And so that's why I wait to do that until my face is done. And now I'm taking my Mercier translucent setting powder, and I'm going back in with the Beauty Blender one last time, just so I can get rid of any creasing, and as well on my forehead, because my forehead does tend to crease. So now I'm setting my under eyes and putting that powder all over my face, mostly down the center of my face where I get oily, and on my smile lines. And then I'm going to go ahead and set the concealer on my eyelids so that that doesn't crease either. And then we look like that. And I went and did my eyebrows off camera. I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz in chocolate. And that's basically it for my brows. And now I'm taking a Morphe Y11, and I'm just dusting off all of that extra powder and sweeping it all over my face just to set any areas that need a little bit of extra setting. So that's all I'm doing here. And then I'm going to go in with Benefit's Hoola bronzer. Desperately need to replace that. And I'm going in with a BH Cosmetics number 4 brush. This is just like one of those like NARS Ita brushes, but way less expensive. And so I'm putting that in my cheekbones, on my forehead, and then I am going to take that under my jaw a little bit. I do apologize that this video is like mostly high-end products. So this is the Tarte Park Avenue Princess contour palette, and I'm taking those two middle shades and I'm just further bronzing and contouring. But like I was saying, I do apologize that this is all like high-end products. I can definitely do another video using only drugstore products if that's something you guys would be interested in. But I just wanted to show you guys the truth and what I actually use on an everyday basis. So now that that is done, I'm going in with a Morphe MO, and I'm contouring my nose just to give it a little bit more shape because my nose is so big. And then the brush I used on my face was a Sonia Kashuk number 18 brush. I think it's like a brush that I got before they redid their entire line, so I'm not sure if you can still get it. And now I'm taking the Y11 again and just blending out my nose. And now I'm going to go in with the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush in the shade Party. And I'm taking a Morphe E4 to put that on. And then I'm going to go in with an oldie but goodie. This is the Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Highlighter. And I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones. And I'm using a Morphe, what is it? It's a Morphe M510. So I'm using that to highlight all over my face. And then I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Clear Brow Gel and set my brows in place, because if I don't, they will be all over the place. And now I'm going in with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I've actually really been into this lately. It feels really refreshing and it smells kind of like cucumbers. So I've really been into that, as you can see. And now I have some options for you. I wanted to show you some mascaras that I use. So I either will go in with my L'Oreal Voluminous Million Eyes mascara that I use all the time, or I go in with this Tarteist mascara. I think that's all it's called. This is one of my favorite high-end mascaras. It's actually called Lash Paint, and I really like this. So I always go in with 2 coats of mascara to get my lashes looking really thick and full. Especially with a full face of makeup. If I'm not wearing lashes, I like to just really build this up and make them look as thick as possible without them looking too clumpy. I don't mind a little bit of clump, but if you're not into that, you can totally just, do 1 layer of mascara, but this is just my preference. And then, as you can see, I got mascara on my nose, and I'm going to show you guys how I go in and fix that, because this is everyday life. I make mistakes too, but you don't want to touch it. Wait till it dries. So now these are the lip products I'm going to be using. Colourpop Lip Liner in the shade Toy is my absolute favorite lip liner of all time. I just repurchased this because it was back on the website, and I bought 3 of them because, like I said, I honestly cannot live without this color. I think it's absolutely perfect. And I think it pairs really well with Jeffree Star's Mannequin liquid lipstick. This is my go-to everyday nude. If I don't know what color I want to wear, I always just put this on, and it lasts so long throughout the day. It doesn't dry out my lips or anything, and it smells like root beer, so that's a plus. Now I'm taking a little bit of tissue. Ideally, I would take a Q-tip to get off the mascara. This mascara is definitely a lot less budge proof than my L'Oreal one, but I was able to get it off, scratched it a little bit, and now I'm just going back in with some concealer, and then I'm going to buff that out. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to go back in with the Laura Mercier powder, add that on top, go in with that little Y11 brush, and then go back in with the MO, re-contour, and then reapply some highlight. And then it's like that mascara never happened on my nose. So now I'm going in with a lip gloss that I've really been into. This is the Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Fantasia. I've absolutely been loving this. It makes your lips look really plump and glossy, and it lasts really long on the lips too. So this is everything I do for my everyday makeup. This takes me like 20 minutes maybe in the morning, no more than half an hour. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!